Hiya, it's Ali here, jumping on again for Funky Fossil. I'm going to do a quick card today. So the cards that I'm making are from the So Pretty collection, and if you remember in the last video, I actually introduced the collection, the dies, the stamps. So I'm not going to do that again. If you want to see those again, just pop back to the last video, which I think is titled So Pretty, Introduction to So Pretty collection. So this was the card that I made on that video. Turned out really lovely, quite enjoyed making that. So today I'm going to make a quick card. So kind of making sort of 5 to 10 minute short videos, just to show different card making, whether it be a mixed media card, a clean and simple, or a vintage card, just different ideas. I'm going to sit down with the camera and do a little card with you. So what I've done is I've done a little bit of preparation so that you're not watching me do all sorts of stuff that you don't need to be watching me do. And this one, what you probably do know is that with your stencils, the lime, what is it called? Mylar, not Limar, Mylar. They're actually thick enough that you can use an embossing sort of, I have the switch machine with an embossing sort of mat, and what you can do is actually use your stencils. Now I don't know if you can quite see that, but maybe there, yeah. You can actually emboss with your stencils, which I think is a really cool addition to your crafting arsenal, if you like. Just more things that you can do just to extend, you know, what you can create. So I'm going to use this, and I'm going to pick up the patterns. So I'm going to do that with, I think I'm going to use the peacock feathers. I am going to use the peacock feathers and the picked raspberry, and I'm literally just going to use, I don't think I'm going to tip it in there, but I'm just going to go over with what I already have on the brush, because I only want it to be a subtle, like a subtle effect. That's the word I'm looking for. Come on, Alicia. Just a little subtle effect, so that you can see it's picking up that lovely, there we go, that lovely embossing. So again, as I say, you can turn your stencils into an embossing folder as well. It's amazing. I love it. So just a little bit more there. And then I think what I will do is I'm just going to do some splats. Why not? Just for a little bit of interest. So I'm going to grab my little brush. Oops. Nearly went in my drink of water then and not my water. So a little bit of a splatty there with the pink, and it's just to keep the uniformity of the colours. Right, so there we go. I think that looks cool, like so. Just pop that there to do a little bit of drying whilst I do a little background. I'm going to do a little background on the base card, okay, and again I'm going to use the colours that are already on. So I'm going to use those picked raspberry and peacock feathers. Okie dokie. So I'm just going to stamp down the colour onto the stamp. This is one thing that I was saying the other day, the way that I created the backgrounds for, if I can find it, for this, but I was using a different colour. So pop your distress ink onto your stamp, and the thing with this is I don't need to take it off the carrier sheet as well. Then just spritz with a little bit of water, and then I'm just going to pop it down like so. I just want a little bit of interest in the back. Okie dokie. Right, I'm just going to move this to one side for 1 second, and then I can carry on. So I'm going to use my heat tool just to dry that off a little bit, so bear with me 1 second. Okay, so that's nicely dried that off, and all I've really done, as I say, is just enough to create a little bit of interest at the side of the embossed piece there, just like that. Okay, I'm going to probably put it on a wonk. So I'm going to use the blue, the peacock feathers, and all I'm going to do is just make a tiny bit of a brushing around the edges to create a little bit of depth on the edge. Okay, and then when I pop that onto the card, it's just going to pop off a little bit more. Okay, put that to one side. And then all I've done is I've got 3 buttons here, and again I've stayed with the theme of pink and blue and made the blue. What I actually did, I used the Baroque stamp. No, I used the Baroque stencil. Really need to get my words out today. I've used the beautiful Baroque stencil. This is definitely one of my favourites and absolutely one of my go-tos for a lot, and it will be for this as well, particularly when I do my vintage card that will be coming in one of the future videos, so keep your eye out for that. So yes, I had that as a background, and then I've just cut out, so you can see there the pattern in the background, and then I've just used string. And then I've stamped out the gorgeous sentiment. Beautiful things come together one stitch at a time. And literally this card is so quick. So I'm going to just use some of the foam tape. Okay. Use a bit of foam tape, and then I always add a little bit of wet glue as well. So I'll just add a few dots of the silicone gel, and all I'm going to do is just put that on a little bit of a slant like so. Okay. And then I'm going to pop on the buttons. I'm just going to use the glue gel for that as well. So pop on there. And pop the love art at the bottom. So we've got that one going that way. We're going to have this one going this way, like so, and then this one I'm just going to shimmy into the middle. Okay, and then it's just a case of popping on the sentiment. So I'm going to use some really thin foam tape, because I just want to raise that up a little bit. Oops, I just throw everything all around. So I just want to raise that up a little bit. Okay, like so. Okay, I'll just pop the backing off there, off the foam tape. I think what I'll do is, because this side's quite empty, I'm just going to grab the sisal and I'm just going to put a little, see what it looks like. Bear with me a second. Sorry about the noise. So I'm just going to grab our cover to the sisal. Okay. So I've got a little bit of something about working with this sisal at the moment. I do enjoy working with it. So I want to pop that in like that, and then I'm going to grab the Gorgeous Sentiment. Oh, beautiful things. Whoopsie daisy. And then come together. And one stitch at a time. So there we go. So I'm just going to bring that up so that you can just have a quick look there. So beautiful things come together one stitch at a time. What I've also done is I've just outlined the buttons with the peacock feathers as well, just so that it adds some depth. And that again is another quick, it's not clean and simple per se, but it's kind of clean and simple mixed media. So it's like what I would call like a soft pastel-y mixed media-ish mixed media-ish card. So I hope you enjoyed watching that. Again, like I said, just a quick video to pop some cards together using this beautiful collection, the So Pretty collection, which is by Charlotte Blackwood for Funky Fossil. So until the next video, where I can share with you another Funky Fossil card project with the beautiful So Pretty collection, I'll see you then. Thank you. Bye.